See if they stay on the ground for second down.
All right, here we go.
From the shotgun, Osweiler. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Corey Legion in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Yeah, they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. Here's Osweiler to throw. Gets it to Strong. Muscles him off. Call it a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, the Texans will turn it over to the active leader in punting yards, and that's Shane Lechler.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Hey, ready, hey.
And now here's a carry heading left. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. This offense has talent, and certainly Keenan Allen, he has a lot of talent.
And he plays so hard each and every week. He's a guy who demands the football.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1, you know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Now Rivers. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Rivers now on 2nd down. He's got time. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
As a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, big drop.
Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. shreds the tackle. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Texans take possession. And now out comes Houston. And last time out they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance, because you're punting the ball away and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
On second down, here's Osweiler. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And all the way down to the 39. A big-time play there for the Texans. 41 yards.
He may have had some offseason foot surgery, but it hasn't prevented Sammy Watkins from being Sammy Watkins, and that's special.
And when we see him before the game running the route tree, looked like the same Sammy Watkins to me that we saw a year ago.
Yeah, and I think he's going to just keep getting better and better. I love his explosiveness off the line of scrimmage as he starts his routes.
Looking again for Watkins, and this time that's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it a second down. On second down, Osweiler. Again, that's Watkins. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
5 yards left for the offense. It's second down. Another pistol look here. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Osweiler on second down. That is incomplete. Jalen Strong, the intended receiver. And just like that, it's third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when he sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So third and medium here, 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, Osweiler gets it to Strong. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Miller. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Joey Bosa with the tackle for loss. How about that pedigree in his family?
Yeah, some good pedigree. Tell us about it, Mr. Davis.
Dad played in the NFL, first-round draft pick. Uncle was a first-round draft pick. He's got a brother coming behind him. But Joey Bosa, guy plays really, really hard and plays all aspects on defense.
Osweiler underneath for Miller. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to bring up a third down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Off the play fake. Here's Osweiler. This is Clark. Watkins. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had the pass.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the lead. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A strong running. Penalty marker is down here. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On the counter, it's Miller. And the cutback to the sideline. They'll get 32 yards there. And it's good enough for a Houston first down. And that's a guy, Lamar Miller, from Miami. Went to the University of Miami, was playing for the Dolphins, but now moved to the Lone Star State.
Yeah, how about that? And sometimes that change of scenery, it may look like it's going to affect him adversely. He's away from his home for the first time ever, but sometimes you get out on your own somewhere else, that can increase your performance. You only focus on your football.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
One of the things that really impressed me about Joey Bosa is that he doesn't sacrifice the run game trying to get sacks. This guy really knows how to hold the point of attack, great leverage, and then goes and sheds people and makes plays.
And at 6'5", 270, just a monster.
Absolute monster with a really high motor.
When tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. Throwing, Osweiler. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like
first. Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Play clock winding down. 4th down. Here's Osweiler. And it is incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really...
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. There he goes left side. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while. Have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
Word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chain.
Love the run right there, and when you analyzed him coming out of college, when you tried to put it raw, but you can see why people liked it. Those types of runs make you think there's plenty.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vince Wilfork breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2 minute Rivers. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. Working out of the gun, Rivers into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Devon House. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
I see an extra DB on the field now for San Diego.
Yeah, indeed. Out out of the gun. It's Osweiler. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play.
How to be 6'7", be able to see over coverages into open windows. Brock Osweiler just did that with the slant route.
With that height, was also a great basketball player. Gonzaga, as you know, actually offered him a scholarship in high school for hoops.
Hard to believe he didn't take that, decided he wanted to play football, and ultimately chose Arizona State because of the direct flight.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now Osweiler on second down, and he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Sammy Watkins as the first half is winding down, and the Texans will add on to their lead. Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. Brandon Oliver now on the return. Ooh, with a juke. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. And now San Diego getting set to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Buying time to his left. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And he will be able to recover this himself to prevent a wacky ending here. But that will be how this first half comes to an end. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know. I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss. Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession. Rivers now on second down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. There he goes right side. The 40. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, San Diego. Daniel Lasco, 85 yards. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score. There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more. It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive. And we'll see if they can do just that. Miller. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Gonna give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going. I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete,
Now you've stopped the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. On second down, Osweiler gets it to Strong. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Fresh set of downs here.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon.